Hey guys, it's Vivian. How y'all doing? So today is the Independence Day of the USA, and I just want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July. Have fun playing with fireworks, going out to party, doing whatever you want. Just be safe, because, you know, people do dumb stuff on days like this. And yeah, good luck. Be safe. Anyways, I caught up to the Boku no Hero manga chapters, so I'm up to date. I think chapter 97 is where it's current, and man, it's been like a great big journey. Like, I'm gonna be talking about all the arcs, so like, let's go. Wait, before I get to that, I heard Bleach manga chapters is ending soon, and I need to catch up. Like, I haven't read it for 2 years. I remember in 2012, the mangaka said it was gonna end, and then
it's been like 4 years, but I haven't caught up. I have to catch up soon, but I can't believe it's ending, so gotta catch up to that. Did any of you guys read Bleach?
Yeah, anyways, let's get into it. So first off, I just want to say the anime was very concise. It followed the manga like through and through. Like, I'm reading the manga from chapter 1 and I'm just thinking, this is like current. Like, nothing is new, nothing is different. Like, you get slightly more information, but I can't really think of anything that was like majorly different. It was just like the anime just added stuff, but nothing was like changed. Okay, so like you found out some of the characters' quirks, or they're just like little scenes, like in episode 12, Tokoyami and the guy with the tail, I forgot his name, like his fighting scenes, like you just see little stuff like that, but mostly everything was like the same. So right when you get back, it's like the sports festival. Aizawa is like back, he's healthy, just like he's covering his eyes and face with bandages, and he's just like, okay, class starts. And first off, he announces the sports festival at UA, and you learned like this thing is so popular, it's aired on the TV internationally. I think it like overtook the Olympics. There's no Olympics, just watch the UA Sports Festival. And yeah, everyone wants to show off their skills, so pro heroes can like pick them out and you could train under them and stuff. And Aizawa was like, oh, and I want you guys to pick out a pro hero name. And I was like, oh my gosh, this like so soon? I thought it'd be later on for some reason. And some of the names were not very creative, but some were. Like, I like Uraraka's, like Uravati. I thought that was pretty clever. But some of them, like, used their own names. Like, Ida's like, oh, I'm Tenya. You'll find out more later when he changes it. And then Todoroki's like, oh, I'm just Shota. That's just his first name. Like, they'll probably change in the future, but for now, it's just like, eh. Anyways, Izuku's like, oh, my name's gonna be Deku, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, how clever! Like, I should have known. Yeah, at that time I was like, what is his name gonna be? What's he gonna use? Like, is it gonna be similar to All Might? Cause like his costume at first he copied All Might, so is he gonna be like just using All Might's name and just changing it up a little bit? But no, I was like, oh, Deku, that's like a good name to use, and like it's from something negative that Bakugo used to call him, and Uraraka says like it gives a vibe of never giving up, so I thought that was very clever. Anyway, so we get into well, Izuku's just talking with his friends, and then All Might pulls him aside to talk about something, and Todoroki notices this, and I'm just like, oh, is he gonna listen in? Are like people gonna know? But he doesn't. All Might tells Izuku like his power is getting weaker, and he wants Izuku to use this chance to like show off, and then yeah, I'm just thinking, oh my gosh. But I thought Izuku was gonna be like the type of character where he would be like, oh my gosh, very nervous, I don't know if I could do it. But no. He was like, I can do it. He was a little nervous, but he's like, I can do it. And he's like very determined, and I love that. And going into the sports festival, you learn all of the paparazzi, the press, they all want to focus on Class A, because that was the class that dealt with the villains, and they all survived. They're all focused on Class A, and then you learn like Class B. I don't know if Class B is support group and Class A is heroics group, but like I think that's what it is. I'm not too sure, but you're introduced to Class B, and they're all like pissed off at Class A because they're like, you guys are just like big show-offs and stuff, and like they're all like getting hate. And there's this one guy who has this like, I don't even know his name, but he can use like the manipulation thing, like he can brainwash you. Well, you don't find this out until later. Oh, when they're introducing the sports festival, like the announcer's like, oh, to give to Bakugo because he was like the #1 kid in their year. So he's like, I'm gonna defeat all of y'all, you're gonna be my stepping stones, and everyone's just pissed off. I thought that was funny. And Todoroki uses I don't know when, but Todoroki, I think it was early on, he said to Izuku, like, you're my rival, because he notices that Izuku, like, during the fight with the villain, Izuku was able to, like, see the surroundings, because he was really focused on All Might, like, he knows All Might's secrets, so that's why he was very focused, so he noticed that Izuku noticed everything, so he's wary of Izuku's power, and he uses time to declare Izuku's rival. Bakugo's, like, getting in, like, hey, me too, and all that, they're all fighting. When they're going in the first fight, it's like a race with obstacle courses, and they're all going. Todoroki just doesn't hide his power. He just goes all out, and he's first. And he and Bakugo catches up, and they're all like going at it. And then at the last course, it's like a hill, so it was harder for Todoroki to use his power because his is ice and heat. He can't really do much against that. But Bakugo has the explosive, so he's able to like push himself up. Izuku he's like in the front, but he's not like in the lead, so he was a few like people's back, but he picked up like a robot armor thing, and he used it to, I think when they're going up the hill, there's all these like bombs, so he tried to like hit all of the bombs with his power and then have the armor like propel him over, so Izuku came in first, so I was like, yeah, he did it. And for the next part of the festival, you gotta form teams of 4, and you gotta carry the person on the top who has a headband, and the headband is how much points you have. The more points you got, the more you're gonna win. So the top 4 people with the most points are gonna move to the next round. So no one really wants to go with Izuku because it turns out the place you get is like the last place gets 5 points, and not the last place, but number 40. I think everyone after 40 is disqualified, but number 40 gets 5 points, and then each time you go up 1, it adds 5 more points. So Todoroki and Bakugo has like 300, I can't remember. But Deku, since he's number 1, he gets the honor of having 1 million points. So no one wants to be on his team. But he's looking around, everyone's like, no thanks. But turns out Uraraka is very nice, and she's like, I'll be on your team, you're my friend and stuff. That's very sweet. And then they also get someone from class B, don't know her name, she does like mechanical things. And then he's like, okay, gotta find the 4th person, who? And it turns out it's Tokoyami. He's the guy with the falcon head and the darkness shadow thing. And yeah, they're able to like pull through. At first they got their like headbands off, but then they're able to just use some quick thinking and just like get their headbands back from Todoroki. Izuku's just very clever, like distraction, and then Tokoyami was able to grab their headband back because at first Deku missed. And there was also this funny thing with Bakugo. He was just so like in anger. He teamed up with Kirishima, and I forgot the other 2 people. I'm sorry. And Bakugo had his headband taken, and he was just so pissed off, and then he got it back, but he was just hungry for more, so he like stole more.
So it's not that he wants to just get in the top 4, he wants to be number 1.
So he don't strive to fit in, strive to be the top, okay? I like that. And then you go into the last section, which is a battle fight? I don't know what you call it. Yeah, so Izuku is matched up with the brainwashing guy I said earlier, but you find out that like he's about to exit the ring. Once you exit, you lose, or you say you give up, or you can't move. That's how you lose. So the guy was gonna make him walk out of the ring, but Izuku, like, he saw a whole bunch of people in his head. These are the past one for all quirks people, and they like stimulated something in him, the urge, because like he really wanted to move, and like they stimulated some kind of thing through his body, so his hand moved and it snapped him out of the brainwashing thing, and he was able to get the guy out of there. And it turns out this guy, because his quirk looks like a villain's quirk, everyone kind of like treated him differently. Turns out it was just all a misunderstanding, and Izuku kind of like, let's be friends kind of thing. So yeah, and Todoroki made it through. He was gonna fight Izuku, and this is the part where I think he pulls him aside and he's like, oh, I noticed that you and All Might got this thing. Are you his illegitimate child? I was like, ah! Bakugo's on the side listening too, okay? Remember, Izuku told him, like, I took a power from someone, so I don't know if he knows at that point. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, his love child? Like, what? He's like, no. Because it turns out Todoroki is the child of the second number 2 hero called Endeavor. And Endeavor, like, trained him all his life to be like #1 to beat the pro hero All Might. He wants to fight Izuku because he believes that Izuku is like related to All Might. So when he wins, he can show to his father that, but he doesn't want to use his father's power to do it. And during the fight, Izuku is able to like talk him out of it, to accept like the half of him that's his father, like accept it. That's not your father. That's you. You are not your father. Deku even told that to Endeavor's face, and I love that. And yeah, he used the power and he won, so Izuku had to lose. And it's kind of sad, but it's okay. Heroes have to lose to get strong. Even though he learns to accept himself, he's still kind of iffy about using his powers. You could see that later on when he's fighting Bakugo. Like, I don't think he might have won if he used his powers. So then, like in that last fight, Bakugo just like, he was just so pissed off for some reason. So I think because Todoroki didn't want to use his power and he lost, that's why Bakugo was pissed off. He wants to win like by beating you up full strength, okay? Oh, didn't mention this, but Bakugo's fight with Uraraka was pretty interesting. And, oh my god, I can't... Kirishima and that steel guy, like, they're just like evened out because that guy can turn steel and Kirishima can just harden. So it was just going nowhere. So they gotta do it with the hand. Ida won his first battle, but he couldn't make it to the second battle because something happened to his brother. And you'll find out more later. And so Bakugo won, but you know, he didn't feel like he won, so he was just kind of and all this time, Tomura is watching everything on TV. Like he wants to pay attention to Deku, and then he notices Bakugo, okay? Anyways, after the sports festival, after everything's calmed down, they get their references. I don't know what's the word, but pro heroes like want them, so you get all these of reference or something. Even though Todoroki came in second because he's Endeavor's son, he got like the most of these numbers. He accepted it, and Todoroki went with his father's company, and Bakugo went with the number 4 strongest. Best Janus? I forgot, but that was funny with the hair thing, okay, if you know what I'm talking about, the hair. And Izuku got 1. They only showed the top 10, but Uraraka got like 20 or something. Like, they all went their separate ways, and Izuku went to that one guy, and All Might was warning him. Not warning him, telling him, this guy who's gonna train you, his name is Gran Torino, and he used to be the best friend of All Might's master, who was the previous One for All. So he knows about the One for All, and he can teach you a few stuff. So he goes there. Turns out there's an old man, and Izuku's like, am I in the wrong place? This doesn't seem right. But turns out he's the guy, and he teaches him some stuff, how to use like... Well, Izuku figured it out himself during a microwave, because that guy likes to eat the baked fish with the fillings in it. Taiyaki, there you go. That guy likes to eat that and put it in the microwave, and Izuku found out he can use this power called Full Cow, and he just like puts all his body into the quirk mode, and at max, he could use 5%, okay? Out of 100%, he can only use 5%. So he can like pump up all of his body to like be very strong and very fast, okay? So that's good. So they're gonna test the powers after they went to this place called Hosu? They're gonna fight some villains there, but during the fight, like Tomura is going into action, okay? He teamed up with this guy named Stain, and Stain is this hero slayer. He has this policy, or I don't know, yeah, kind of thing, where he wants to get rid of heroes, not because I just want to kill them, because that's what Tomura does. He just wants to kill, like create destruction. But the Stain guy, he wants to kill heroes because he feels like heroes are not worthy. So he only thinks All Might is worth when they get to Hosu, and they're riding a train, him and Gran Torino, and then 3 like Nomu things, not as strong as the first one, but 3 Nomus just come charging through the train and just attacks them, and Gran Torino goes after them. You see Endeavor and some other pro hero, Ida, and you learn that Ida, he went out because he was acting weird when he left, and Deku and Uraraka was like, we're here for you if you want to talk, but he never said it. And it turns out he wants to get revenge for Stain for getting at his brother, Ingenium. Ingenium is now like paralyzed, so he can't use his quirk. He's still alive, just can't keep moving. And Stain, he was gonna let him go, but you know, because he pissed him off, he's like, you're getting back at me not because you want to save this other hero, because Stain was getting at another hero, but Ida's just like yelling at him for like revenge. And Stain's like, because you want to kill me, not because you want to save that guy. You just want to get me for revenge. You're not worthy of being a hero. He's ready to kill him, but Deku comes in and bam, he got him. And during this time, he was almost gonna get killed, but he sent like his location through his phone to everyone, and Todoroki got it. And these three guys just were able to come up with a strategy to defeat that Stain. And
at that moment, like
when the police was come, Endeavor and his sidekicks were there too, so a lot of people against Stain. But this Nomu thing comes and he grabs Izuku, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, Tomura got him, Tomura got him. But no, the Stain guy, he's already like caught and just like bloodied and everything, but he was able to save Izuku, and he's like, the only one worthy of killing me is All Might. But you thinking, oh, Izuku got All Might's power, so maybe he can sense like Izuku's worthy of being a hero. I don't know, but I thought that was pretty interesting. And they're at the hospital getting better.
and then they go back to school.